Well, yesterday you said you couldn't afford a slow start against a team like Louisville. Why do you think that proved to be true?
It's a $1 million question.
What did you see from your team in those first two sets in particular that just never able to establish a rhythm in any kind of phase?
Yeah, I thought our defense, we were in the locations, but we didn't make digs. I thought we did, starting in 3 and 4. I think our block setups struggled some, so that's what we talked about in the locker room afterwards. I mean, this is now a trend.
Yeah.
And so how are we going to respond?
I know you're going to throw a chair at me if I ask this question, but I have to ask this question. Did you feel like in 1 and 2 that just, the wear and tear from the week maybe affected you a little bit and it just took a bit to get the adrenaline going again, or did you think that was not a factor at all?
No, I didn't. I thought Louisville played well and we weren't making some plays. It sure didn't enter my mind at all.
Gotcha. Elise seemed to be a spark big time in set 3. A lot of touches. She was very terminal. What kind of an energy boost did that give you just to see, the ball go down their side of the net for a change?
Yeah, I mean, we need obviously production from that area of the court. There, especially one of their right side blocks is huge, and so we needed to attack that area of the court, and she did a good job of that.
What allows you to be so effective in 4 as well? Pre was really dominant. The 4 was, very one-sided as well. What allowed you to stay on the gas pedal?
Well, I mean, I think we served aggressive, we passed well, and then we moved the ball around. So all the things that we needed to do in 5, we were the aggressor.
So now that you've gotten 2 set 5s to measure, I guess, you've silenced 2 arenas to put yourself on the doorstep of a reverse sweep. The set 5 has kind of gone the same way in both instances. Is there anything you're seeing that's a commonality there?
Yeah, we're going to work on it.
Is there anything notable that, you...
Well, I thought they stepped up and we didn't.
Really? So it's just a matter of mindset and not necessarily...
There's a mix of different things, but, ultimately we got to make plays in big moments, and we didn't do that tonight.
So I know you don't like to look, ahead because it's just it's kind of like the bread and butter of your program, but is next weekend just like the final opportunity to possibly put yourselves or keep yourselves in the conversation for a top 4 seed, or did that go out the window today, do you think?
No, I think, I'm not even thinking that way at this point in the season. I think, what I said in the locker room was, I'm so glad that we're going to play a top 6, 7, 8 team on Friday again, so we can work on some of these things. I mean, I told him, you're a damn good team, but we're not doing it consistently, and so we've got to work on that. And the good thing is they get a chance to do it on Friday.
That's it for me. Obviously, you bookended this week with kind of 2 similar feelings, right? You almost reverse swept 2 top 5 teams, but the 5th was really lopsided, so you probably didn't come away feeling great. What's the mood of the team right now?
Pretty angry, upset. That's obviously not the outcome we want, and we expect more of ourselves. We want to be in those games, and we want to win those sets.
I know it's fresh in your mind right now, and maybe with more reflection you'll have a better answer to this question, but is there any commonality that you can identify or that anybody can identify in terms of why you've gone 0-2 in the locker room?
I don't know if this team is just better with our backs against the wall, and it's like that set 3, either lose or keep the game rolling. So I don't know if we're better in those situations, or we just need some sort of pressure to compete well. But it's definitely not helpful when it comes to a 5th set that we got ourselves down in that hole.
How does that alter? How do you change that? I mean, that's when the mentality is do or die. How do you simulate do or die when it's not do or die?
I think, especially at Creighton, I think there might be a little bit of a mental block of not being considered a Power 4 team or whatever, and thinking that maybe subconsciously, I know we don't think that obviously logically, but that these teams are better than us just because they are in these big conferences, and this team is a team that's gone to the Final Four twice in the last 4 years. Those are big kind of things that stare at you in the face, so I think we need to get past that point of, I don't care what team's on the other side of the net, we know we are a Final Four team, and we need to play like that. So I don't know if that's part of it, but...
Set 3, obviously early on, it's pivotal we got to a good start, but it seemed like you were able to put the ball down at a high rate, and you were getting all the touches too. So it was kind of like a takeover type of situation there. What went through your head? What was working for you on blocking in, swinging that allowed you to play that way?
Honestly, set 3 was just flow state almost, so I was just like not even thinking about anything. Just the scout was almost like locked in the back of my mind. I knew like what I needed to do, and then connecting with Kendra was just as perfect as it could be. So sets were in the right place, and I got to put it down.
So this is twice now where you've kind of stunned an arena and come out in the 5, and it's kind of gone the same way. Is there any similarities in your mind about why that's been the case this week in terms of just like where it seems like the momentum's on your side, and then it, obviously 0-0 helps, but where it just kind of flips and you can't get it back?
I know Nebraska, that atmosphere is just insane. So they were loud the entire time. This place wasn't really loud the whole first 4 sets, but they got really loud in the 5th set. So that could have had a factor, just the noise level, and our fans just can't outweigh how many thousands of people are here.
Right.
But nothing skill-wise. We were timid. We can't come out timid against the top 5 teams. So we have to be a little bit more aggressive. We have to be the aggressors.
Yeah, next